Hello and welcome to We Bear All, where we're gonna find out what happens when the blue light stops.
What happens when the blue light stops?
That's what you're gonna tell us.
Okay, so should you introduce this, or...
No, you should introduce it, because most of this is going to be you.
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm going to be asking questions.
Alright.
I honestly don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I'll just go do this myself then.
No, because I need money.
Well,
even though we're not getting paid for it. But if we do get paid for it, I can sue and I can make you delete every episode.
yeah, and I won't do it, because I'll counter-sue. So I'm a big puss cake. Okay. So, I was in retail for 20 years. 20 long years. And in that 20 years, I accumulated a ton of stories, most of which you have not heard.
The ones I have heard, I heard when they first happened when I was like 8.
Okay.
So I don't even remember most of them.
So these are all going to be fresh stories to you.
I'm here for your funny reactions.
Okay.
Which is going to be summed up in, oh, wow, oh my god.
Okay, in 20 years I worked at 2 stores.
Kmart for...
From 1995 till 2003. And the other store, I wasn't even going to tell stories about. And I'm like, yeah, I can tell stories about. And then they didn't even have the decency to call you back for, I wasn't going to name the store. But then they didn't have the decency to call you back even for an interview. And I'm like, well, it's a store whose name sounds a lot like Shopco with a C. I don't want to say their true name, which is Shopco with a K.
They'll never find out that way.
This is Shopco with a C. So... should have called him back. Now I'm going to air that dirty laundry too. So,
and are we going to say names of the people?
Huh?
Are we going to say the people's names?
Well, you see, I've had an incredible talent in my lifetime, which is I give everyone a nickname.
I know of one in particular, which we'll get to that. But
there are plenty of nicknames out there. I'm going to throw some out there for you right now. These are nicknames that you're going to hear on this show. And actually, the next episode, I'm going to give you a little preview of that right now for those of you who worked in the general area where I was back in the mid-90s to, I think the bitch croaked about 2010. I have 2 words for you. Purple Lady. We're going to be discussing her. There are also such other names, such as Stinky and the Dead Guy, the California Lady, Mumpy, and many others that we'll be going over.
And then a friend we're going to call Randy.
Alright, but, so yeah, that's what this is going to be about. 20 years of actually learning what mismanagement can be.
This is why he hates people now.
Yeah, and I hate Christmas. And children. Particularly my own. But yeah, that's where we're going with this. So, for this premiere episode, coming out right before Thanksgiving,
just in time for Black Friday,
we are going to be talking about Black Friday, which I worked 20 of them. Get off your phone.
Get off your phone.
My phone's saying right there. So yeah,
he's on his phone.
So that's 20 Black Fridays.
I'm sorry.
Yes. What would you like to know about Black Friday?
Okay. Now, you have some notes there.
Yeah, because...
that looks like a list for every other goddamn podcast we do.
Well, that's because I knew you wouldn't know any questions to ask.
No, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
Who is the worst customer you've had to deal with during the Black Friday?
On Black Friday?
On Black Friday.
Oh, God.
Or if you don't have a customer, the worst incident.
Worst incident? I actually, I have two.
You have two?
These are incidents.
Okay.
The first one was on my first or second or third Black Friday.
His first or second or third. That gives us a nice broad range.
It was in the 90s, okay? Before the internet, Amazon, all that shit. And I vividly remember going to the cash register. And there's a till, metal till.
Yeah.
And, there's money already prepared in it. And there's rolls of coin.
Yeah. So
I took a roll and went and smashed it. And somehow sliced my finger on that metal till. So
this story is about you being a dumbass.
Well, here's the thing. It's Black Friday. I'm bleeding profusely from my right hand, hiding it while checking people out with my left. And I'm bleeding all over the place in my pocket. On Black Friday. The lines are lined up, and I finally got somebody to take over so I could actually, cauterize the wound and continue on with my day. That's the first incident.
Okay.
Let's jump up about 10 years.
Okay.
Where I'm at the store that sounds like Shopco.
Shopco. It's just Shopco. They can go screw themselves.
And they like to have carts of shit in the back.
Yes.
And this Black Friday wasn't well prepared. So a lot of the merchandise for said Black Friday that the mass of humanity was coming in for was hidden away in the back in a cart.
That's
shopping
smart.
cart. And they had these cheap-ass plastic shopping carts that broke if you looked at them. So I went to grab one. And there's a little handle on the front. Piece of plastic here that had snapped. It was broken in half. I went to grab it. And the pieces came out and then came back in and pinched, same finger, same hand, and I started bleeding profusely from that hand yet again. But this time I was in the back. So I was able to take care of the situation instead of being the weirdo one-handed guy ringing people out on Black Friday at the Big Red K. We can say Kmart's name because chances are they'll be fucking closed by the time we upload this, So those are my two worst incidents. Customer-wise...
Yeah, well, how about worst customers?
I can't think of any.
I can think of one.
You can think of one?
I can think of one that you've told... It's not...
On Black Friday?
Yeah, it's not that bad, but I can think of one you've told me about.
Which one?
It was some old lady.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down. They were all old ladies.
Well, yeah. We're gonna call her, Nanny McPhee. That's what we're gonna call her.
Nanny McPhee?
Screw it. We're calling her Nanny McPhee. We don't even have a name for her.
I don't even know this story.
Some old bitch.
Tell me the story. I'll see if I remember.
I think you were just behind a table.
Yeah, I did that a couple times.
And she was like, "Well, it's in the ad right here," and then she threw the ad at you, and you.
Oh shit! That happened all the time.
Well, this is like the last year you did it. I remember.
Oh, did I say you'll be missed?
Yeah, you'll be missed.
Oh hell, yeah, okay. You'll be missed.
You'll be missed
because you'll be back next fucking year to buy this cheap Chinese shit.
So, how many of these incidents are going to involve you bleeding profusely?
I think that's it.
Actually, no, I can think of another one. But it wasn't for Black Friday, so I'll wait.
I know of a story where a shoplifter was bleeding profusely.
No, this one's about you.
Oh, about me?
Do you want me to say it?
No.
It wasn't on Black Friday, I'll say it.
No. Just forget it.
I want to say it eventually.
Save it.
I'll tell you what it is after this. Anyway.
Alright. Do you have any other questions? Do you want to know how things have changed in 20 years?
Have they changed?
Oh, hell yeah, they've changed.
Besides the times?
Oh, yeah. Well, the times have gone obscene. Because in 1995, 6 a.m. Friday morning. That's Black Friday. That's when it starts.
Yep.
Then, a little further in there, I went to 5 a.m. Then I went to Shopko. They were 5 a.m. Then they decided, hey, let's open at 4. So we opened at 4. Then I believe the next year, they opened at 3. Wow, we're getting people in here. Then the next year, they opened at midnight. Oh, we're getting people in there, but we're competing, so fuck Friday. Let's go to Thursday. So that's when they started 10 p.m. So you're at 10 p.m. And they're like, wow, there's a lot of competition here. Let's go to 8 p.m. It changed every goddamn year. So it goes to 8 p.m. And they're like, man, 8 p.m.'s nice, but I see Walmart's doing 6 p.m. So let's go 6 p.m. And at that point, you're like, motherfucker, you're ruining my Thanksgiving. And I know the last year I was there when it went to 6, that one store that has a C,
Shopko,
they declined to pay holiday pay because they said they considered that Black Friday. And I'm like, well, motherfucker, my calendar says it's Thursday and that's Thanksgiving. So I want my time and a half. I never got it. Maybe that's why I don't work there anymore. But since I've left, they've gone to 4 p.m.
Jesus Christ.
Here's the thing about that. Yeah, they open at 4 p.m. The regular staff, usually gets there at least an hour to an hour and a half before. So they're having to get there at 2:30 p.m. on Thanksgiving.
That's bullshit.
Yes, so let's think about this. What kind of fucking Thanksgiving are the employees having when you require them to be there at 2:30 in the goddamn afternoon?
Oh yeah, think about it. You go over there, and some people might have it for lunch or for dinner. Like they might miss Thanksgiving dinner for the shit.
Well, you want to know something else? Not only that, on Friday, I'm sure you're expected to be back in there at 7 or 8 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the deal. That's the dealio.
It's bullshit.
Well, and, I'm just like, what the? Well, I saw 4 p.m. last year. I'm like, now we're getting ridiculous.
Aren't you glad you left?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Walmart hasn't changed theirs.
Oh, they're at 6, but they're at Walmart. Well, and that's why this other store,
Shopko, is
going to 4, because they want to get the money first.
Well, you have to have shit to sell first. I mean...
Well, and that's the thing. Let's think about the merchandise. The Black Friday merchandise is the same shit every year.
Yeah.
Every year. There's always like a goddamn recliner. There's a bunch of this cheap crap that they throw on end caps. It's all gifty and stuff. And it's the same stuff every year. I'm sure there's Bluetooth speakers. I could probably tell you exactly what's in the midways at these stores right now. There's a bunch of Bluetooth speakers. There's a record player. There's probably a stack of DVD players. Probably low end. I'm sure there's a really cheap DVD. There'll be a nice Sony DVD player, Blu-ray player. There'll be a cheap, like Apex or whatever, DVD Blu-ray player. Just shit like that. There'll probably be some guitars.
A few movies, maybe.
Yeah, there'll be tons of dump bins of movies. But yeah, it's the same shit every year. And it's never the hot shit that people are looking for. They don't put that in the ad.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the whole thing about Black Friday. They want you to come in, buy this shit they got bulk of, and then maybe buy something that they'll actually make money on. Any business is like that. But on Black Friday, it's even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. How about we just talked about some merchandise there.
Yeah.
What do you mean by lineup?
All the people were lining up outside.
Oh, okay, I see. I read that differently.
It's really, back in the day, they get their hours ahead of time.
Oh yeah, I had heard about people camping out.
It's not as bad now.
Oh yeah,
with Amazon, and everyone has an online presence, and a lot of the online, Target and all that, they're offering online deals for Black Friday on Wednesday.
Well, think about it. Go stand out in the cold and wait. Sit on my fat ass and order shit off Amazon.
Well, would you like to know a little secret?
What?
Most of the time, the shit that's in these ads will be on sale about 2 weeks before Christmas on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of shit that's on sale already.
Yeah. It's going to go again. But yeah, people line up. And, some of them can be pissy. They can be pissy when they get in the store. Some people take it way too goddamn seriously. I mean, there are people who will go in and plot out where everything's at days before because it's already dumped out. They'll go in and do that. That's why Thursday night at Walmart about 4 o'clock you'll see people lumbering around looking at where they're dump stacking shit so they know where to run to when 6 o'clock hits. The other thing that I've seen people do is they'll actually take something and hide it in another part of the store.
No, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. I have seen, and that's a great part, if you're working right before, you'll find shit hidden away, you just go put it away and, fuck up the Christmas. Feels good. And, you see a lot of people in pajama pants, especially in the middle of the night. There are people that have t-shirts made up, and I'm like, fuck you. Get a fucking life, please. There's less half our listeners. I'm like, it's just not worth it. It's you buying Chinese shit. That's all it is. Cheap Chinese shit.
I go out there for game deals, if lack thereof, and movies, the movie dump-ins.
I'll be going out probably Friday morning early to look at the movies. But last year they didn't have any catalog titles. It was all new stuff, which I'm ordering Wednesday night on the internet because I don't want to fight people. But yeah, I mean, it just shocks me that people will rush out even after 20 years.
Hey.
I have thought of another bad Black Friday experience.
Okay. Shoot.
It was my last Black Friday at Kmart. And to show you how bad that company was ran, in 2003, I'm really honest right now, I'm fucking shocked they are still in business. Almost 15 years later. I'm just shocked because they were ran for shit back then. We will be discussing that, but this is Black Friday, so here's a Black Friday terror story for you. We opened at 5 a.m. And my crackhead, meth head manager at the time, trailer park whore, fucking the Pepsi guy. Not gonna mention any names. I think I've mentioned enough.
We need a nickname because I'm sure this manager's gonna pop up.
White Trash. Okay.
White Trash.
Yeah, she was. She little offshoot of a story is that she had to bring her kids to work with her at night because her daughter was fucking a neighbor boy. So they'd be sitting in the break room.
Oh my god.
That's a true story. I'm sure someone out there can back me up. Yes. But we opened at 5, and they didn't schedule anybody for layaway until 6. So I had to go back to layaway and run that shit by myself for an hour. And then had to get caught up with bag and shit because it's Black fucking Friday. People are grabbing everything, going back there and putting it on layaway. But I didn't cut myself that time.
Well, yeah, that's a plus.
But yeah, it was a goddamn mass of humanity. And yeah, it get crazy. I mean, but it was the easiest day of the year.
Horse.
Because, for one, it went fast. Unless you were having a shit day, which would happen at Shopko. I remember one Black Friday, they were actually straightening shit and I looked down an aisle and there was nobody down it. We were only an hour and a half in. I'm like, this isn't fucking good. We're fucked. So, but yeah, you were busy and you didn't have to kiss ass because there were so many people. It's not like you could take people to fucking merchandise. You'd be like, yeah, it's over there. I can't fucking get to you. Bye. Which was great. A lot of empathy that day. No one gave a fuck.
You will be missed.
Yeah, you'll be missed. Thing about, you had that adrenaline rush in the morning, and, or when in the morning, okay, when you opened, I guess it's not morning anymore, it's late after fucking noon, because shop goes a bunch of greedy Wisconsin cheesehead pricks.
God damn.
I hope you weren't expecting to get a job there.
Nope.
Okay, well, they eat the cheese in their balls. Okay.
Oh, God.
I hope I don't want to go back to work there either. But I was thinking, that'd be a nice adrenaline rush when it starts. And then you crash at the end of the day, and that last hour and a half would drag for fucking ever. I mean, there'd be food, you'd go up and eat. One time, me and another guy had an eating contest on a summer sausage. We ate the whole goddamn thing in about 15 minutes.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I never heard about that.
You ever heard that story?
No.
That was a Brando. And
yes!
And we ate a whole fucking summer sausage in about 15 minutes on break. We just kept cutting up and eating it.
Brando's awesome.
Yeah. And then that last hour and a half took forever anyway. Then when you got half a fucking summer sausage in your stomach, it's even worse, so. Oh, yeah. The thing about it is Black Friday's dead now. Because we start on fucking Thursday. That's the first thing. I don't know when Kmart's starting. Last year, they started at 6 a.m. on Thanksgiving.
Kmart probably doesn't have one anymore.
I don't know how they're still in existence. But between opening up on Thursday, it's over by Friday morning. Everybody's sacked out with all their shit around them. They're done. And then the internet. I never went out anyway.
I'm going out this year.
Even before, when I was a kid, my parents never did that shit. They're like, fuck you, I'm not going out and fighting those crazy ham and eggers.
I'll go out to the VHS dump bin afterwards.
Ooh, 375 VHS dump bin. No, it was, I never did it. I was just shocked when I saw it, but it's really died out because of the internet. I do as much as I can on the internet.
Because we're lazy pricks.
Who wants to fight that mess? Remember when we went to Target?
Oh, Target was insane. Yeah. The line looped through all the makeup aisles and shit, all the way to the toilet paper.
And I'm buying Jurassic World.
We were buying Jurassic World, and I was buying Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That wasn't worth it. Piece of shit game.
So wouldn't it be easier just to
order it?
Get online Wednesday night. Oh, look, Amazon's matching everybody. Okay, done. Good night. I'll see you in the morning for turkey and fucking pumpkin pie. But we'll go out and see if there's any catalog at Walmart. I'll probably get thrown out of Shopko because this will drop. And
I'm sorry, sir, but you're not allowed in here.
Why? I'm a journalist. But yeah, that's Black Friday for you. So, what now?
How long have we been going?
Oh, long enough.
Okay.
But, if you would like to share any of your retail stories, feel free to contact us at
We Bear All Pod on Twitter.
Actually, I forgot the Twitter handle. Hold on.
Oh, is there a new Twitter account?
There is a special Twitter account for this show.
We have like 5 now. Are you using my...
Drop us a line at Blue Light Stops on Twitter. If you want to DM it, that's fine.
So, are you using my background?
Yes. And You can contact the We Bear All Facebook page, because Facebook sucks. I really don't want to fight it. But if you want to drop a story there, drop it there. Or we also have email, webearallpod@gmail.com. So send us your story. I want to read stories on the air.
And come see our YouTube channel if you have a chance. And leave your stories in the comments.
Well, they could be consuming this content on the YouTube channel.
Oh, I keep on forgetting that.
Or leave a fucking comment on the YouTube.
Leave a comment on the YouTube, bro.
Leave it on there. I want to read stories. I want to see if people had... And I know this one was kind of tame.
Yeah, this one wasn't too...
They're going to get more vulgar. There's illegal activity. There's bodily functions. There's sex. There's violence. We got it all.
It's like every drama on HBO.
Yes.
It's like, it's the new Game of Thrones.
And I'm not going to say his name, but the reason this program is called When the Blue Light Stops was, it's got to be it was over 20 years ago now. We were talking about all the stories, because this guy had actually been there 10 years before I was. So he had stories going in. And he said, someday I should write a book and call it When the Blue Light Stops. So I'm effectively stealing his title, but I'm not writing a book, because print is dead. Nobody reads fucking books anymore. They listen to shit. So, I stole the title. It's the new web series, so there you go. So I guess at this point, we should sign off. Attention Kmart shoppers, time is now 10 o'clock and your Kmart store is now closed. We ask at this time you bring all final selections to the front light checkouts, and any refunds and exchanges to the service desk. For your convenience, our store hours are 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Sunday. And once again, the time is now 10 o'clock and your Kmart store is now closed. And as always, thank you for shopping at our Kmart. I'm trying to not say the name of the town, but that's it.
Bye.
Aloha, for just a while.